morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquor Kenobi. And before we get started, I would like you guys to please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So, this is like a couple days ago that this has been happening. Everybody's been talking about it, bro. Gadot blames anti-Israel backlash for Snow White failure, then walks it back. No blame for Rachel Zegler. So, all right. If you guys remember what has been going on, what happened with Snow White, the movie, Snow White, Disney decided to make some changes, which they really did not have to make these changes. I mean, they did some changes with Aladdin, the Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, but it wasn't as bad as this. So, first off, what happened was they took away the regular midgets' jobs for being the seven dwarves due to Peter Dinklage's follow-up, and his attitude. Then they decided to make the title called Snow White and the Seven Magical Creatures, which I'm trying to fast forward to. That didn't work out. Then, of course, Rachel Zegler, you had her. She was disrespecting Walt Disney's work on the original Snow White classic. She disrespected the Disney fans. And then, of course, during the presidential run between President Trump and Joe Biden, aka / Kamala Harris, she disrespected the Trump supporters, the MAGA supporters, and Donald Trump himself during that time of producing Snow White, bro. And then there came the Israel part, where she disrespected Gal Gadot, and not only that, she was saying that she was supporting the Free Palestines Act. And now you see Gal Gadot trying to changing that it wasn't Rachel Zegler's fault. This is just unbelievable. I mean, during that time, man, there was so much going on with Disney, especially with this, and especially with the actors, that they wanted most of these actors to try to support Israel, to try to do a backlash against Israel. I mean, come on, dude. That sounds so stupid and lame. Hollywood should not be involved with politics, bro. Hollywood's job is to entertain, not to be involved with politics. But that's what they get, bro. So let's take a read at this article about Gal Gadot, man. What she did to herself. Disney's Snow White remake was supposed to be a surefire hit. Instead, it became one of the studio's most controversial misfires in years. The film was dodged by criticism before release, marred by political firestorms during promotion, and ultimately collapsed at the box office. Now Gal Gadot, the actress behind the Evil Queen, has drawn renewed attention to Snow White after candidly suggesting that anti-Israel backlash was to blame for the movie's failure. Days later, as headline erupted, she softened her position, admitting politics weren't the sole factor. Appearing on Israeli TV program, the 8 Talks, Gal Gadot said that she had been confident Snow White would be a huge success before the events of October 7th in Israel reshaped the cultural climate. There was a lot of pressure on celebrities to speak up against Israel. She added that critics viewed her first and foremost as an Israeli, not as an actress, describing the backlash she endured as personal and political. The implication was clear. The film hadn't failed on its creative merits alone. It had been dragged down by the cultural battles far beyond the studio lot. Rachel Zegler connection. Gal Gadot and her comments can't be separated from the most visible flashpoints surrounding the Snow White and Israel. Rachel Zegler and her Free Palestine post in August 2024, while promoting the film's trailer on X, Zegler wrote, "And always remember Free Palestine." The message went viral, racking up billions of views. The fallout was swift. Gal Gadot reportedly received threats to both her life and the lives of her family, including by her small children. This forced Disney to provide additional security for her and her family, according to trade reporting producers. Mark Platt even flew to New York to speak to Zegler about the situation. The post stayed up, and Disney reportedly brought a social media consultant to pre-approve Zegler's post ahead of release. For many observers, even though Gadot never mentioned Rachel Zegler by name or cast any blame on her in August of 2025 remarks, it certainly sounded like confirmation that the political controversy Zegler ignited was exactly what she believed and positioned the film's chances. Clarifying her position. After her comments spread widely, Gadot issued a clarification. Posting to Instagram and speaking further in interviews, she acknowledged that her first remarks came from an emotional place. The film didn't fall solely because of extreme external pressure. There are many factors that determine why a film succeeds or fails. Success is never guaranteed. The walk back reframed her stance. Politics, she emphasized, were only part of the story. Audience reception, marketing choices, and creative changes also played roles in the box office collapse. Addressing feud rumors, Gal Gadot also attempted to push back on widely circulated reports suggesting that she and Zegler hated each other. In her comments, Gal Gadot described working with Zegler as fun and said they shared a lot of laughter on set. Her effort to downplay speculation of hostility between the film's two leads. The fairy tale lesson in modern Hollywood. Snow White saga will be remembered not for its visuals or story, but for the controversies that overwhelmed it. Zegler's activism, Gal Gadot's Israeli identity, and Disney's bungled management combined to turn a children's fairy tale into a cultural battlefield. Gadot's evolving words capture the dilemma, first blaming anti-Israel backlash as a decisive factor in the film's failure, then retreating to a more nuanced explanation under the weight of headlines. I'll say this, bro. Look. The movie became a political thing, bro. But the problem is, bro, if Rachel Zegler would have just kept her mouth shut and not disrespect the fans, bro, this would not have been happening, bro. And not only that, bro, if Peter Dinklage would have shut the hell up and kept his mouth shut, those midgets would have been the dwarves and there would have been no CGI dwarves. I mean, look, I'm sorry, dude, but this movie failed miserably because of not just because of the political nonsense, because they changed the story. You should never have changed the story a bit. I mean, that's the reason why the movie really failed, is because they did some changes that people did not like. And if they would have listened to the fans, this wouldn't be happening right now. But that's what they did. They did not listen to the fans, and this is what they get. So, but as for Gal Gadot, bro, I feel sorry for what she went through, bro, with her situation. But, man, she should have, I don't know, man. This is real bad. This has put her in a bad spot, bro. And I feel sorry for her. But this is probably gonna be erased. People are gonna forget about this. Because I tried to forget about it until this came up. So we'll see. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.